Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Q&A with the Hombre. Hey, did a review today. I don't know if you guys checked it out on the channel or not already, for Mala Vida. It's a new, well, it's not necessarily new, but it's a newer celebrity tequila that is out now. And check out the review. I think you guys will be surprised. So we got that happening today. And then the Carrera Blanco has been selling out. We sold like so much of it. And I know people are starting to get it now. And I'm starting to get people's thoughts and stuff. So members, if you're there and you've gotten yours, you want to share what you think about it, come on and comment now and let us know. Let people know what you think about that Blanco. And it's not just me, being a little crazy. It's legitimately an amazing Blanco, one of the best Blancos I think out on the market right now, as far as what you get flavor profile wise and experience wise. It is just like real in your face cooked agave. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. It's what most people look for in a really good Blanco, seriously. So if you haven't picked up your Carrera Blanco yet, make sure you check it out. You can grab it on Ferment and Still. They have the right load. It has to be CTB 045 if you're in the US, or CTB 046 if you're in Mexico, in order to find that load. So now we'll open it up for questions. I know we got members here, so if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them. And I'll be here to answer your questions or comments and get this thing moving. So this is members only today. So the members only ones that get to ask questions and comment. And if we don't get a lot of questions and comments from it for next week, we will open it up for everybody. But hopefully as the members will show up and we'll have questions and comments. If you want to become a member, that's great too. It's only $10 a month. You can join by clicking on the join button on the below on the channel. And then what it does is supports what I do. I don't accept payment from the brands to do videos. I keep my videos unbiased and strictly my opinion, honest opinion. So fortunately, we have a lot of great members that do the membership and help keep the channel going, and which is great. So So Jan says they're still waiting. I haven't received it yet. Can't wait to try. Okay, great. Yeah, and they're on the way for a lot of people. Some people have gotten theirs already. And so I know, some of the members I know have gotten theirs because they live closer to the West Coast. The people on the East Coast, I think a lot of them people are expecting their shipments to land like on Friday and stuff, which will be great. What we'll do is on Instagram next week, I'll do a live stream. And then those of you that have gotten your Carreras and want to talk about it, come and join me on Instagram, and you guys can let me know what you think there. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Glad you can make it. Bienvenido. So, did you guys check out the new review today for Mala Vida? And if so, what did you think about it? And any questions or comments about anything in particular you want to talk about today? Let me see. I'm trying to remember if there's anything that popped up that I said, oh yeah, we got to talk about that on the Q&A. I normally try to find questions and stuff that come up during the week from people that I want to bring out, and I'll talk about that too on the Q&As. But I don't have anything right now, so so this could be a very short Q&A if the people don't have a lot of questions, because I don't have a lot to talk about. Let me see. What was I going to say? The Widow Jane Ocho Reposado is on its way. We should have it here sometime next week. So I'll do a review on that and let people know about that as well. We'll have that on Ferment and Still too, hopefully sometime before the end of next week. So those of you that are interested, of course, if it's allocated, it will go to members first. So those of you that are members will get first shot at it, just like all the other allocated stuff, like we're expecting for Siete Leguas Tecadas. Only members will get access to that at first, as well as the El Tesoro 85th anniversary extra añejo, members get access to that first as well. So a membership has its privileges, and those of you that are members, you get extra benefit from it. So excuse me. So that's it. Just waiting for members to ask questions and comment. Let's see if anything comes up that anyone wants to talk about. So, like, what did you guys think about the review? Did you see the review? What do you think about another celebrity tequila? I know some people aren't interested in it. You guys should check it out, though. I haven't seen the new review yet. How's your week been? Week's been great. Just I've been really working on some content for everybody here. I did the review today. I got this live stream right now. And then thinking of doing something on Instagram Live tomorrow. So if those of you that are here want to join me on Instagram Live tomorrow, feel free to join me. And that's about it. So just it doesn't look like a lot of the members are here today. So Jason just showed up. Here he is. So hey, Hombre, finally made it to there you did. Yeah, I did make it to the live stream. I'm glad you could make it. So we were talking about that Carrera Blanco. I know you got to try the samples that I sent you and stuff. So I was just, people are starting to get their bottles now. And so I know you had a chance to try it. So just trying to get people's opinions and what people think about it, so people can, really see that it's not just me, ranting and raving about something or like I'm paid to do something or anything like that. It's honestly an amazing Blanco. So I wanted to get other people's comments on it, so people can know that this is something serious. You should really get some. So, hey, Guillermo, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. If there's any topic you guys want to talk about, anything in particular, please let me know, and we can get other topics going too. So that's what we're here for you guys. So any questions, comments? Let's get things going, and let's see if we can get a good conversation going on some interesting topics that aren't your typical, hey, have you tried this yet? Or can you review this or whatever? He said that Carrera 38 was amazing. Can't wait for the 40% to arrive, hopefully Friday. Yes, that's right. You had the Mexico version too. That's the one, the bottle that I brought back. It's really good stuff. And the 40%, I already drank a bottle of it. So I've killed 2 bottles, since I've been back from Mexico. And I'm working on the 3rd right now. So that one will probably be dead, by the end of this weekend. So, it is addictive. It's very good. And for those of you that are people that say, hey, I don't think I would like a Blanco, this is one to try. I've actually had a comment from somebody on Instagram that said that when they got theirs, they sat down with their wife and tried it. And their wife is normally a añejo drinker, but she loved it and thought it was great. And then he said it was one of the best Blancos that he's ever had because it was pure cooked agave goodness, and it was so easy to drink and not hot at all. And he just said loved it. So so far, all the feedback that I've gotten from everybody that's tried it has been, it's amazing stuff. And so don't sleep on this, seriously. And some people are like, oh yeah, I can try. Well, you have to understand this load is a special load, right? So each load's different. So it may be close in the next load, but it's not going to be exactly the same. So make sure you grab it while you can, while we have the special load, so you can try it. And then I'm sure future loads will be close. But as far as whether it's going to be exactly the same or not is yet to be seen. So I'm stocking up on this load because I know this one's amazing. So grab it while you can, because it's really good. This is the Blanco that people are going to be, instead of seeing Fortaleza bottles and stuff all the time, you're going to see this Blanco, people posting about it all over social media. And so you have a chance now where you can be a trendsetter. You can be somebody that's like, hey, I posted about that before everybody else knew about it, and be somebody on the front of things versus somebody that's like, oh, it's too late, I can't ever find it, I'm trying to look for it, it's always been sold out. Now you can be a trendsetter, which is kind of cool. And that's one of the things that I like to do versus being like a lot of the other influencers and stuff you see that are now talking about things like Cascanas, right? I was talking about Cascanas 6 months ago. But I like to be on the front of things, telling you guys about new stuff that's coming out, not telling you stuff about stuff that's already been out, and it becomes hard or impossible to find at times. So that's where a benefit of using this channel really benefits you, where you can get in on things where it's still widely available before it becomes super popular and then it doesn't become available anymore. So when will the 100 proof be available? As soon as it lands here in the United States, it'll be available. Yeah, it's 108 proof. So it's actually 54%. And it's going to be for members only to start. So, Tony, you're a member, so you would get access to that. But we're probably looking, they said mid-November, but I doubt it's going to make it by then. I'm guessing probably mid-December is probably what we're looking at now because of the supply chain stuff. They can't get bottles and stuff for it. So I would say realistically, because they've been telling me it's going to be like October, it was going to be September, but now they're saying like mid-November. But I'm going to say it's probably going to be sometime mid-December, maybe just in time for the Christmas holiday is when we're probably going to see that actually hit the store here for the members. So and it's going to be open for members only at the start, and then once members get what they want, then we'll open it to the public on ferment still. So but it's good. The 54 proof is really, really good too. So, but you can try the 40% and see if it's something you like first, which is what I recommend, because if you don't like the 40, you're not going to like the 108 proof, because it's basically the 40% on steroids. It's like super flavorful profile of the 40%. That's all. So, but the 40% still, for a diluted, it is, I cannot, it surprises me how viscous and just oily and creamy and stuff the mouthfeel is on it, and just how much those flavors really pop on it. I thought for sure it would be like super diluted and blander, but it's not. It's just super strong flavor, which is incredible. I don't know how they did it. I think it may have something to do with the second fermentation that they did on it too, the malolactic fermentation that they allowed it to hit on it. But what they did, it's mind-boggling just how good that Blanco is. So, but yeah, we'll probably get the 108 proof mid-December. It would be my guess. I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't bet on it. For all I know, it could end up being the 1st of January. That's why I don't really want to talk about it and set expectations, because it's not anything in my control. It's not anything in their control either, because they're just waiting for bottles, because the supply chain stuff is still messed up in Mexico for getting glass bottles. So we'll just have to wait and see. But right now we have the 40 to enjoy. So grab it while you can. Jason says, I'm sipping on a Luchador Blanco 80 proof tonight. Any word on the timing of the Añejo? No word yet. They're supposed to send me a bottle. Matter of fact, I could probably hit up David Romani and say, hey, how's the Añejo coming along? Can you send me a bottle for review? And if it's coming out, he'll send me a bottle for review first. But Fermented Still is one of the biggest sellers of El Luchador tequila. So I'm sure that we'll get it get the Añejo too when it comes out. But right now we're just waiting on it. I mean, I think everybody's waiting on everything. Everything's slow coming out of Mexico now. Nothing's coming out fast. And nothing's coming out when people expect it because people are waiting for glass and other things. So the supply chain's really kind of messed up there. So do you have a preferred aging method in terms of barrel type for añejos at this point? Or at least preferred, at least interesting aging method? For me, personally aging it, or for the way the producers age it? Are you asking about how I like to age things personally, or how I like producers to age things? Can you clarify that for me, Sean? Because if you want to know how I prefer to age things, I prefer to age things using the BB aging staves, and the BB aging staves are the best. If you go to bbaging.com, it's Beyond Barrel Aging Staves is the name of it. I call it BB Aging, but it's called Beyond Barrel Aging Staves. And you go to their site and you can get French oak or American oak. I recommend the number 3 toast on them. And then you just drop it in a bottle of Blanco and you can age it yourself. And it comes out phenomenal. So, producer aging. Oh yeah, I don't have any preferred aging. I mean, honestly, they know what they're doing. They know how to really make their tequila sing. So I let each producer to do their own thing. And I love the way some producers done agings. And, you know, I think it's great. I appreciate the way other producers do their aging and stuff. So it all depends on the brand. But for me, frankly, I really look for a solid Blanco. If you get a producer producing a great Blanco, I don't even care how they age it, because aging doesn't matter to me. I'll drink the Blanco like I am this Carrera. I'll probably just be drinking the Blanco on this one and not even worry about the Repo and Añejo when it comes out, because it's so good on the Blanco. I mean, why cover up such a complex and beautiful agave taste with wood? I mean, so, but like Ocho, they do light aging, and I think that's fantastic. But, you know, Nuevo Uno's more of a robust aging on their Añejo Deep, which is a 2-year Añejo, which you can't get anymore. You can get it, but it's not going to be available anymore. They're stopped making it. So if you haven't stocked up on it, you should. I did. I love that Añejo for the robust barrel presence. But it all depends, too, on what I'm going to be doing with the Añejo. Am I going to be enjoying it with the stogie? Am I going to be sipping it for dessert? Or is it going to be an afternoon Añejo, or, you know, afternoon Blanco? It all depends on how I'm consuming it and what I'm using it for, on how I like what you know, different ways that they age it. French oak is great. I love French oak, but I also love American oak. I tend to drink both equally. I really enjoy the El Luchador Repo and the wine barrel. That was different, complex, amazing, because it's a different flavor profile than what I'm used to from the regular American oak and French oak Repos. So coming out of a white burgundy white burgundy wine barrel, really put some complexities to it that I thought were really amazing and different, and really enjoyable to drink. So it all depends on what you like. I mean, there's been a lot of press and chatter here in the U.S. about the agave shortage down in Mexico that may be driving the prices up. What are you hearing from your producer friend? No, there's no agave shortage driving the prices up. It's not. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, there's agave everywhere down there. It's not an agave shortage. With the shortage right now that's driving the prices up is glass. Nobody can get glass. So, and Mexico is like the second largest producer of glass behind China, and they're having problems with raw materials on glass, and so everything's back ordered, and so they're waiting for glass to come in, and that's really where the problem is, the supply chain. Agave, there's so much agave being grown right now, it's ridiculous. I've talked to several producers that said, you know, we're going to have another few years, there's going to just be agave everywhere and not enough people to buy it. That's what some people have told me, some producers. Other producers have told me they've seen contracts for agave for as low as 10 or 12 pesos for a kilo for 5 years in the future. So there's people that are putting agreements together for a lot less because they think there's going to be a lower price on agave in the future, which because there's so much of it being grown, I can see that happening. So I don't really think that that there's an agave shortage that's driving prices up right now. I think the prices are being driven up by the glass and supply chain stuff, corks, glass. They're waiting on tops and glass for the Carrera, as well as the corks on the caps. They're waiting on all kinds of stuff. So it's like everything's slowing everything down. And of course, when everything sits, it drives the prices up. And when you can't get glass, they raise the price of the glass, right? It's just normal supply and demand stuff. So it has to be for the world economy to kind of catch up from where everything went wrong during COVID. So that's what the producers, that's what everybody tells me when I'm down there in Mexico. And when you look around, there's lots of agaves being grown everywhere. There's lots of agave. So what's happening is there's a lot of the bigger producers and stuff are doing futures, but there's so many people that are ripping out other crops and planting agave that there's enough agave. I don't think there's going to be a shortage. That's not the problem. The problem is always, from what people have been telling me, the problem is glass and supply chain issues. So I wouldn't worry about it. I hope that answers your question. I know everybody blames the agave shortage, and there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, spewing all kinds of information like that. But for the people I talk to, they said there's plenty of agave. So don't worry, it's coming. It just takes a while because they need bottles. But even other liquors are facing the same bottle shortages right now too. So it's not just tequila. It's good to hear. I'm not sure where the U.S. press is getting. It's probably from people that are just misinformed, because you even talked to Carlos Camarena. He said like another 3 or 4 years or something, there'll be agave just dying in the fields. He goes, it's a cycle. It happens all the time. So it depends on who you talk to. I mean, most of the producers I talked to said that they can get agave. It's not a problem. So, what are other things? So I did a review today on a new celebrity brand. You guys make sure you check it out on YouTube. For those of you that haven't checked it out yet, what are you waiting for? Check it out and learn about this brand. I think people are going to be surprised. It was really good. So check it out. Check out all the information. I give lots of information on it. I got it directly from the producer. It's going to be, I think people are going to be surprised. So, any new limited editions on the horizon you're excited about? Well, we have the Tequila Hombre edition, Blanco from 1414, which is in the works from Vivanco Associates. Exclusive batch. You won't find this stuff anyplace else. We're buying the whole batch. It's amazing. It's not the regular Viva Mexico flavor profile. It's something where Sergio Cruz just kind of went experimental on it, and I was so impressed, so amazed that we bought the whole batch. So that will be coming in. G4 is coming out with a 6-year extra Añejo that's Going to be really good. We're expecting when I talked to Felipe, he said probably December we'll see that hitting. It's got going to come in a wood box and everything, so I'm sure it's going to be plenty expensive. But you know, all the stuff they've done has been high priced, but well worth it. And then, of course, the 85th anniversary El Tesoro Extra Añejo is due to arrive here this month. I just was talking with the El Tesoro people today, and they're waiting for the bottles to land here in the U.S. They're not here yet. And they were actually talking to me about my trip to Arandas and asking me what I was doing and asked for some tips because they're going to be going in a couple of weeks to visit. And so I gave them some tips of places to go to eat and things to do while they're up in Arandas. And so we got that coming on. And then next year, they're going to be a new limited edition G4 that's going to come out. And it's going to come out a year from now, basically for Dia de los Muertos. It is, I can't really talk about it right now, but I'll tell you about it when I finally get it's happening. So that's going to be really cool. And what else do we have? We have, the 135th anniversary Casa San Matias Añejo, special stuff. I should get a sample bottle of that this month, I'm hoping, so I can do a review and tell you guys about it. I got a lot of the details on it. We're going to get it as an exclusive for the collective to start. And then once the collective is done, then it'll open up for everybody. So that's going to be really an amazing tequila as well. I can't wait to tell you guys more about that one. And that should be hitting in December, I think, is when they're expecting that one to hit. So that should be a really good one. You'll have to taste El Tesoro 85th, but at $500, I doubt I'll get a chance. It's not any different than the Cascanes single barrel extra Añejo when that was out. That's $4.99 too. So it's not any different. These are special bottles. It's celebrating the 85th anniversary of the brand. I still have a 70th anniversary bottle here on my shelf, which was amazing. And even back then, 15 years ago, it was $100, so it wasn't cheap either. That was considered expensive back then. And now I could really probably sell it for $700 or $800 probably, if I wanted to. But I don't sell my stuff. So that'll be open to here probably on a special occasion sometime. But it's delicious. It's great. What's the most expensive tequila you've tried before, and what did you think of it? What was the most expensive tequila I've tried before? Probably a Clase Azul special edition. It was like $2,500 for the bottle, and I thought it was complete and utter trash. I didn't pay for the shot. It was someone gave me a shot from their bottle. But I didn't like it at all. I was like, oh, it's just super sweet and not good. So I wasn't impressed, but you pay $2,500 for the special bottle. That was good. They like the special bottle, so their bottles are pretty. And if you don't mind spending $2,000 on a pretty bottle, then that's great. But I wasn't impressed with the tequila at all. That's probably the most expensive. I mean, I have, if you look right here, you can see the box for it right here, right behind me, right there. That's the Cascanes single barrel. That's $499. I think it was $499 or $399. $499. It's $499. And then I got the Código, which is the rabbit one, the hair one. I think they did it for Playboy or something. That was $700. That's right there. Right there. That was like $780. And And then I'll get the El Tesoro when it comes out for $4.99 because I just love everything that El Tesoro does. And these special editions are tasty. I got to try it before it was ready, and it was amazing then. And knowing that it's going to be extremely limited, and it's done in Booker's 30th anniversary barrels, which they've never aged anything in those before. This stuff's special, so I don't mind. It's just like buying people go, why would you spend $100 and something on a Joven mezcal? It's because it's a small batch, limited quantity, special edition. And so, the producer needs to make their money for it. So why not? But it's not something you're going to buy and, replace, several times on your shelf. It's a special occasion sipper, right? It's something you just have every once in a while. It's not something that you're meant to buy every day and, spend a ton of money on it, stock it up on it. But I know there will be people that buy a bunch of bottles just to stock and hold, and then once it's gone, they'll sell it for 2 or 3 times what they bought it for, which I hate those people. I'm not one of those people. I don't believe in doing that. But I do believe in keeping a couple bottles. So like 10 years down the road, I can always pull out a bottle of the 85th and say, hey, I have this from back when there was, we're celebrating the 95th anniversary now, but here's a bottle from the 85th, and let's try it. Let's drink some and have a good stogie with it, and be able to revisit, which I like doing. So that's why I buy more than one. I'll buy a couple. But you approach it just like anything else. Like you only go out and have a really expensive steak dinner every once in a while when you have a special occasion and stuff. You treat yourself to a good meal. That's the same with this. You treat yourself to a good bottle, special occasion, enjoy it, sip it, use it for a celebration, that type of thing. So I'm okay with it. I think the price is in line with where it should be. I've seen worse tequilas that were selling for $499. Herradura had that 150 bottle that was selling for $4.99 a year and a half ago when Cascanos was selling, and it's like that stuff doesn't need to be $4.99. Sean wants to know, does my wife like tequila as well, or does she have a favorite brand? No, my wife doesn't drink tequila. She drinks a Chardonnay. She's a wine drinker. So the only tequila she likes is ones that are loaded with additives. She loves 818. She doesn't like, I think she's starting to enjoy more natural tequilas now, but if she loves the caramelly, sweet stuff, that tends to float her boat. So she mostly drinks wine though. She's not a tequila drinker. Yeah, Total Wine near you has a $2,000 Cincoro. Yeah, Cincoro, yeah. Yeah, but it's Michael Jordan, so people are willing to spend money on all kinds of crap. I mean, people are buying Don Julio 1942 for $299 now, which, I mean, come on. Or diamond encrusted Patron bottles. It's really. So it all depends. It's just a matter of what you like and what you want to spend money on. It's, I don't see anything wrong with people buying a $499 El Tesoro 85th, especially if you're a big fan of the brand and like, what Carlos does there at La Alteña, which I do. And Carlos is a friend of mine, so, of course I'm going to buy some. I support Carlos and everything he does. I love everything he produces. We reviewed the Corrado, which they do out of the new Los Ambiques, which is really good stuff. I finished the Cuprietta during Halloween. I drank that with my neighbors. I got the Azul still, and I got the Espadin still to drink, and I love that stuff. Ocho, we're doing the Widow Jane, and that stuff's probably not going to be cheap too. I don't know what the price on that's going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be more on the expensive side as a repo, since it is limited edition, and that's coming in next week, hopefully sometime, is what the brand said. So we'll see. I mean, everyone's excited about that. The people are going to spend $150 on that, on the Blanco from Siete Leguas, the Decadas, which I don't think is worth it, personally. I mean, I bought it, I tried it, but it wasn't even something like a special edition, like a special occasion type of Blanco, because it's just really not that good to be $150 Blanco. Where for me, it tastes like a regular just Blanco. It doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like a $40, $50 Blanco to me. I wouldn't spend $150 on it, but I already did. So I have a bottle of it. It's downstairs, but I can finish drinking that and I won't buy it again, just because it's like, it's not even something to say, hey, let's celebrate by drinking a really fine Blanco. I mean, honestly, if I was going to say, hey, let's celebrate by drinking a really fine Blanco, I'd actually pull out the Carrera 40% that's out now and say, here, try this, guys. You'll love it. It's amazing. That would be my special occasion Blanco at this time, which is kind of crazy considering it's only $50, right? But when the 108 proof comes out, that's only going to be like $60, like in that area, like 60, 65, maybe, I don't know, somewhere right around there, which is still extremely reasonable for a Blanco of that quality and that caliber. So nothing wrong with a high-priced limited edition. I love El Tesoro, but 200 to 250 is my per bottle limit. Might stretch to 300 to rebuy a bottle of Resol when mine runs out. Oh, there you go. Well, you're probably going to have to spend more than 300 on a bottle of Resol now. So I hate to break it to you, but it's probably more like closer to 400 now for a bottle of Resol. But that's wishful thinking, though, at the $300. It was $2.99 when we were doing it. So that was a year ago. So how did the 85th that you tried compared to Paradiso? Oh, it's completely different. Paradiso is in cognac. It's stressed cognac barrels. This is in Booker's 30th anniversary barrels. Completely different animal. So the one I tried, it was really nice. I mean, it's not heavily oaked because it is in the 30th anniversary barrel, so they were aged for a while. But it was super flavorful. It was delicious. But there's still lots and lots of agave there, which is what I like. It wasn't over oaked. But he said it needed 9 more months, so that means it's probably even more robust from the barrel presence in it than when I tried it. But I tried it last year, August, when I was at the distillery with Carlos. He pulled a bottle. I said to him, okay, I know you got the 85th anniversary coming out. He goes, you want to try some? I said, absolutely. He goes, you have some to try? He goes, sure. And so he went up in his office and he grabbed the sample bottle where he pulled some out of the cask, and he brings it down and he puts it on the table in front of me and he goes, go ahead and help yourself. So we all pulled glasses out and we tasted it. And I said, oh, this is really good. I go, you're not getting this bottle back. And he looks at me and he goes, that's fine. You can have it. Enjoy it. And so we actually walked around, Carlos, myself, and some of the guys that I was with our glasses, and we were actually drinking the rest of his sample bottle. So we polished off that bottle. We finished it while we were with Carlos. So it didn't make it for the rest of that afternoon. And it was good, really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it tastes now as a finished product. But when I tried it, it was really good. It was really good. But it's a different animal than Paradiso. It's not going to be the same at all. Completely different animal. Completely different barrels. Paradiso is in stressed cognac barrels. And by stressed, they're heavily used to the point where there's not a whole lot left to them. That's what they do with the Paradiso. They put it in those barrels. So that was kind of different too when they did the Ocho single barrel. Where they did was the Continental, the Transatlantic, and the Tropical. When they used the cognac barrels there, they didn't use stressed ones. They used newer ones, lighter used ones than what they use for Paradiso. So I actually did a video where I did that in the Paradiso comparison. So you can see that comparison on the channel between Paradiso and the El Tesoro. I think it was the Continental that was the cognac. No. Yeah, Continental was cognac, and then the Transatlantic was the rum and cognac both. So what type of barrels is the regular El Tesoro XA aged in? It's aged in Jim Beam barrels. Just regular Jim Beam barrels. Because Beam Suntory owns the brand. So all the barrels they get are from Beam. So Booker is a Beam brand. And they master distiller and what's his name? No, I think his name No. And Carlos worked together on this 85th anniversary. I tried Insolito. It's really easy to drink. Daily sipper for the price. And my non-tequila drinking friends enjoyed it. Good. I'm going to do a review of the full line of Insolito. So we'll see what I think of it. I have the full line, so I'll do a review. But thank you for sharing that, Guillermo. I have it on the list to review. I've got some other stuff I'm going to be reviewing too. So we're bringing a bunch of brands into the fold for reviews. So we should have some good stuff, good content for you guys. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you subscribe and then click the notification bell so you get notified when I do a live stream or post a video. And I'm going to be looking for you guys to help me out with the Carrera Blanco. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to do a Q&A tomorrow live on Instagram. So you guys feel free to come join me for that. And then next week, like next Tuesday, I'm going to plan on doing a live stream on Instagram where we can all talk about the Carrera Blanco, because a lot of people will be getting their Blancos in then. And so if you get your Carrera Blanca in, come join me on the Instagram live to talk about it. We'll bring people, we can only do 4 at a time on the screen, three at a time. So we'll bring people in to join me, and we'll have them taste it and talk about it, and get people's impressions on it, so people can see that this is something that you should talk about. Now, also, don't forget that Carrera's giving away a bunch of t-shirts where when you get your bottle, all you have to do is take a picture with the bottle and post it on social media saying, this is only if you really like it and stuff, saying that you really like it, and you got to tag the Tequila Hombre and at Tequila Carrera and in your post, and then we're going to randomly pick people to receive Carrera t-shirts. So we have a bunch of them to give away. So all you have to do when you get your bottles is try it and see if you like it. And if you do, post how much you love it and then tag us, and then you get a chance to win a t-shirt. So we're going to give a bunch of them away. So don't forget that. So you'll have your Carrera swag, your Carrera t-shirt. We'll have a bunch of different sizes, so they'll ask you your size and they'll send them to you. It's going to be really cool. So it also gives you a chance to have a t-shirt of a Blanco that you really enjoy if you really enjoy it. If you don't really enjoy it, don't post about it, and you won't get the t-shirt. There you go. All right? Easy. So don't forget, when you get your bottle, if you like it, taste it. If you like it, do a post on Instagram talking about how much you like it, and then tag the Tequila Hombre at the Tequila Hombre, and then at Carrera Tequila in your post. So is it? I'm afraid the Carrera Blanco may spoil me to other Blancos. It's that, yeah, I know. I actually been craving it. I mean, it's weird. I don't think there's ever been another Blanco that I've ever craved before, but this one I'm actually craving. I actually like say I gotta have some tonight. I'm gonna have some Carrera Blanco with a stogie after dinner. So that's my plan. I had the Malavita for the review, and now I'm gonna have that. I actually crave it, which is weird because I don't think I've ever had a Blanco before that I craved. Well, I did have Lalo was good to the point where when I opened it, half the bottle was gone. This one, when I open it, half the bottle's gone, but then I'll actually go like the next day and say, I really got to have some of that Blanco again. I'm craving it. It's weird. I think I just really enjoy the flavor so much on it that I just want it. Where normally I'd sit down, you guys see all my pictures on Instagram. Normally I sit down with a Repo here and there and an Añejo or something, and I have my stogie picture with whatever stogie I'm using at the time. And but this time I've been obsessed. It's just kind of strange. I don't normally get cravings for a certain tequila brand, but this one's been weird. Where I crave it. I want it. And you guys will see what I mean when it comes in. It's that good, especially if you love like the flavor of cooked agave and blancos. It's just so good, so good. But we'll be on Instagram live, and we'll open it up for let people come on with their bottles and talk about it, and it should be fun and very informative, so people can see. People can see what it's all about, and with that, and it's not just me that everybody likes this stuff. So, all right, did I miss anything? Oh, here, you're super excited about the Tequila Hombre. Yeah, the 1414 is gonna be really good, but honestly, I honestly think the Carrera 108 proofs better. So, but we're gonna have two really amazing Blancos, and those two high proofs that are coming in that are Tequila Hombre editions. But if somebody said to me, "Hey, if you had to pick one," I would probably pick the Carrera at this point. We actually drank both of them on the same trip, and hands down, the Carrera was the better one. But they're different though, so that's good. You can still buy them both and enjoy completely different flavor profiles. All right, so what is it? You're gonna blind taste it against some of your other favorite ones once it arrives. That's a good idea. Very good idea. When I tasted it when I was in Mexico, we did it blind against some other ones, and it blew them out of the water. But it will ruin you on some Blancos that you thought were good. I mean, it's good at doing that. So just be prepared. I'm telling you, people are going to be talking about this Blanco. I mean, everyone's like, yeah, sure, hombre, he didn't know what he's talking about. Ha, 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 ha. But seriously, this is going to be a Blanco where people are going to be like, I just found my new favorite Blanco. Here's my top list. It's going to be Carrera Blanco, Fortaleza, G4. It's going to be like at the top of a bunch of people's lists. Just watch. Just like Lalo. I mean, when people didn't know who Lalo was when I talked about it and said it was great stuff. And now everybody's like, oh, it's one of my favorite tequilas and one of my favorite Blancos. It makes everyone's list. Well, this is going to be one of those Blancos where I would put it head to head against Lalo. Seriously, I would. As much as I love Lalo, the brand and the person, it'll be Lalo versus Lalo, because Lalo Camarena is the one behind Carrera and Lalo Gonzalez is the one behind Lalo, and it'll be a head-to-head Lalo battle. Which Lalo will win? Right here. The battle of the Lalos. Which Lalo will win? Hello. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
The Battle of the Lalos. Which Lalo will win? Tune in next Friday at 6 p.m. right here on the Hombre channel.
There you go. Haven't used the voices in a while. Oh, I don't know what happened. Got to tune them up a little bit. Let me see. This might be a better voice for that.
Sunday. The Battle of the Lalos. Lalo Tequila versus Carrera Lalo Camarena. Which Lalo will win? Either way, one Lalo wins. Tune in next week, live on Instagram on the Tequila Hombre Network.
There you go. There you go. Love the voice mods and remember to thumbs. Yeah, the voices are good. I haven't used them in a while. I don't know. Deputy Sandoval's been missing too. I haven't seen him. So I can't do the Deputy Sandoval voice, the Tequila Police, but all right. Any other questions? Any other things you guys want to know about here before we just wrap this up and call it a day? And those of you that are getting your Carreras, let me see those posts on Instagram. And remember, tag at the Tequila Hombre and tag at Tequila Carrera. And let us know what you think about the Blanco. And you could be getting a Carrera t-shirt sent to you. They're going to be sending out a bunch of t-shirts. So it's not just like one person going to win a t-shirt. We're going to be sending a bunch out. So post away if you like it. Let people know that you like it. And you could be getting the notice that we need your address to send you a t-shirt. So don't miss out. If you like it, get some swag, right? Get some cool swag. It's a really cool shirt. He showed us on the live stream. It's got horses on it, and it's really cool looking. So I think you guys will love it. Jason says, thanks, hombre. Glad I could join tonight. Sorry I've been in MIA for a while. No, I understand. Everyone's got their work and stuff they got to do. It's all cool. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following me. Keep watching my reviews. Make sure you watch the new one from Alavita on the channel. And then you'll be turned on to some good tequilas. All right, guys. All right. Salute. See you on Instagram.